Welcome, everyone, to the Pint and Click podcast. My name is Caleb.
And my name is Greg.
We're going to talk to you about your favorite video games. So grab a pint of your favorite drink, find a nice, comfy chair, and charge up your Mega Buster. We'll dive into this.
The jokes I'm struggling to not make with Mega Buster.
You know, I had to, I felt like I had to reach into a game that I might not necessarily love, but everyone else does. So I went with Mega Man. And yeah, it just so happens that his little cannon there has the funniest name a cannon possibly can have.
Yep. If you're puerile and like 13 years old, that is.
Well,
yeah.
What are you going to do?
Caleb, we're doing a little something different this episode.
We are doing something a little different.
So this all started before Tears of the Kingdom came out. I said I think we're gonna want the week after for a little break because I don't know how much of anything else we're gonna be playing. And whether or not that bore true, I think it's still kind of cool. We're gonna do a little bit of what I had titled the open house episode, where we talk maybe a little less about specific games or even games at all, and just reach outside into the non-gaming world.
We've also put open houses on both of our current living situations, so there will be strangers just walking in.
You moved in beginning of this year. You're already like, let's just have an open house.
Yeah.
I have an apartment, so there's like no way I can do that. It can't be legal. But yeah, I mean, you got to risk it for the biscuit, is what I've always said. So, also, we've talked about going forward, maybe if this goes well and we still like talking to each other about things that aren't video games, you know. It's been so long since we've discussed anything but video games, even in our personal lives. It's all we do now. Strictly business. No.
Strict.
That we might start doing what I've named the Pint and Click morning show, which isn't going to actually be a morning show at all, but don't worry about it.
We will wear suits, though.
We will wear suits.
Yeah.
And maybe making that some form of video experience. So that's in the early stages of development, and that's all dependent on if I still like talking to Caleb as a human being after this episode. So
he won't. He really won't. So
spoiler alert, he will not.
Yeah. So it is worth mentioning here that I wasn't completely sure if we wanted to completely leave video games out. So on my little notes here of things to talk about, I do have a couple mentions of just some game stuff, and
I'm not strictly non-games, but I don't really have any specific video games to talk about. It's more some ideas, some concepts, some things. I was going to say a completely different word, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Greg, why don't you start us off here? What do you want to chat about in this new free-form wave we're doing here?
Caleb, I think I'll start with a movie recommendation.
Nice.
Because pop culture, it really greases the wheel.
Greases them.
I think I might have seen my new favorite movie this weekend. At least action movie, I'd say.
Really? Was it the Mario movie?
It was not the Mario movie.
Okay. Just had to check.
Okay, I appreciate it. No, John Wick Chapter 4 came out earlier this year. And I'm not much of an action movie guy. I'm not much of a movie guy in general. I don't watch a lot of movies. But for some reason, when that movie was coming out in theaters, March or whenever, I got really into the John Wick franchise as a whole and started from the beginning and watched the 3 that were out. And then I unfortunately missed John Wick 4 in theaters, which is kind of a bummer because I think that probably was like a really good experience based on just what makes me love this movie. But it seems like each John Wick movie keeps getting better. You know, they're not necessarily super story driven. I don't know if that's necessarily what I mean to say, but rather that you don't have to be super locked into the story, but they do kind of have a nice sequential story, is what I would say. But the thing that really got me about, especially Chapter 4, even though I think they all do this to a certain extent, is just the visuals in that movie are top notch. Like they're just like those movies that like you could stop a freeze frame at almost any point and you'd come away with like something you'd want to hang on your wall. It's just so gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the lighting, the way they use lighting and color and just lay out these huge grand shots. It's something that gets me as a amateur photographer really excited. And I'm like, man, that's really quite interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies. And honestly, I don't know, something about them just makes them feel like they're not movies for me, even though, like, I don't know. Yeah, I think like when you boil it down, they're probably just good action movies, story or not, and so I should give them a try. But I'll tell you something. I did just pick up a series on Amazon the other day. Bought the whole series. One of my favorite shows ever. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start this off by saying it is not for everyone. But I just picked up Hell on Wheels, the full series.
That's not something I've heard of.
Oh man, so it's an old AMC show. So like, you know, in typical AMC fashion, like it's I don't know, like, you know, like The Walking Dead is an AMC show and stuff.
Yes.
And you know, while it's made by different people and stuff, I just feel like all AMC shows they just have a certain feel about them. A lot like HBO, for instance. I feel like a lot of HBO shows just feel the same in a good way, not in a bad way. They just have like their own style, I feel. So Hell on Wheels is kind of it to me. It feels a little Walking Dead-ish, just how it's made, I guess, or how like each episode watches. But it's a Western about the building of a railway. And it follows this. It follows a. Oh my God! Sorry, a Confederate. It follows a Confederate soldier. He's a veteran, I guess, a Confederate veteran after the war ends. And he goes on this little journey where he helps build a train, and a lot of shit happens, and it's a really good show. It you know, like typical AMC fashion, like they're not afraid to kill characters, so like. The fight scenes constantly feel terrifying because you know they'll kill off anybody at any moment. And yeah, overall, pretty good show. I've seen most of it already, or I've seen all of it already. Actually, I've watched the whole show. I don't know if I ever finished the very last episode, but other than that, I've seen all of the rest. But yeah, I wanted to show Maddie the series, so I decided why not pick it up. Because it's not on anything I stream on. I think AMC has like their own streaming service. But I know 2 AMC shows tops. So
yeah, right.
So I figured why not just pick up the series on some good old DVDs.
Oh wow, you went like wicked old school.
I did, yeah. Well, because they don't like you could buy it digitally on Amazon, I think. Or no, maybe you can't. I honestly can't remember. But with, like, I don't know, the way that shit's been moving around from service to service, I'm always terrified that if I buy digitally, I'm just going to lose it at some point. And while I know that probably won't happen, it makes me just feel a little safer to buy some DVDs. Also, the art for the DVDs is pretty cool. They look neat. They're just normal like pictures, I guess, that you'd see on any other DVD. But they remind me of a certain era of buying DVDs where like all pictures were like a character in black and white. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I wanted to pick them up that way.
Been watching a lot of TV lately. I actually probably a half an hour before to about an hour before we started recording. I finished Succession's newest season, which the last episode just came out last night, and good show. I don't know, the ending of that show left me feeling pretty indifferent as far as like I didn't really have any strong feelings either way, but I think that's just kind of the nature of that show. It's so the humor is so dry, and like everything that's happening on there is kind of surreal in a lot of ways. So it's just kind of like, well, that's how it ended. You know,
I don't think I know that show. What's that about?
Succession. It's an HBO show. It's about a family called the Roys. They are their father is Logan Roy, and he's the owner of their company, and basically made them billionaires. And the whole point of the show is the struggle amongst the family for who's going to be the heir to the throne, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Very, very interesting show in the way that it's shot and the way that like it portrays these people, and kind of just gives you like a slice of life, but rich people, if I were to describe it.
Yeah.
And does it in a way that really satirizes all of it. It's a pretty interesting show.
Yeah, that sounds it. I honestly haven't been watching a ton of TV lately. Maddie's been she's been slamming House MD.
Yes, doctor.
I couldn't even tell you why. She saw some clips of it on TikTok, and now that's all she wants to watch. So she's been slamming that pretty hard.
House has got a great first name. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Have you seen that show?
Oh yeah, of course.
I gotta say it like. Okay, because I'm a pretty squeamish person when it comes to, like, for some reason, like, The Walking Dead, no effect on me. I don't care. I've never cared. Like, the grossness from that show has always been like, yeah, whatever. But for some reason, it's a whole different ballpark to me when it's, like, medical shit. I don't know why, but it grosses me out in an entirely new way. And so I have not been watching that with Maddie because I think the show's hilarious, and the plot lines and stuff are pretty fun. But the minute it starts showing medical procedures, I'm out. Yeah, but yeah. So she's been watching that a lot. I've actually been watching. Every now and then, I like to kind of like rewatch, I guess, certain games. There's a couple games that like I have no interest in playing, but I like watching. And every now and then I just feel like going back and watching them again. And so I've actually just started rewatching the game by the people that made Until Dawn, The Quarry.
Yeah, that one. That was a kind of a flash in the pan last summer. I think it was summer that it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a cool game, but yeah, it's just one of those games I've never had any interest in playing.
Yeah.
And then I watched it once and thought, like, yeah, that was cool. But then all of a sudden, like, yeah, the other day I just felt this urge to watch it again, so I started that. And the game does do some really cool things.
Yeah.
That company, I don't know what company it is, but whatever company makes those games, they're good at it. The subtle spooks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think, or I'm trying to look up, rather. I'm not going to act like I just pulled it out of my head. Supermassive Games.
Yes,
are the ones that make those. Let me ask you a question, Caleb.
Okay.
Now, are you watching a different playthrough of the games from like someone else than you watched the first time, or are you watching the same person?
I'm watching the same person.
Wow.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's because theoretically those are the type of games where like there are so many branching paths and whatnot that like if you watch someone else's playthrough, it'd probably be pretty substantively different than your first watch of that game.
Oh, absolutely. But the beauty of this comes in with I don't remember anything that happens.
I have
in that
no
game.
memory.
So, well, honestly,
the beauty of this is I'm a goldfish.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, see, I just watched it so long ago that like watching it again, I feel like as I'm watching it, I'm kind of remembering bits, but then there's still things that like I completely forgot about, and so like watching it again felt like I was seeing it for the first time.
Now let me ask you: do you have any formative Let's Plays from like your younger days? Because I can definitely think of a few. Any that like really stick out in your head?
Yeah, okay. So when I was a lot younger, which I say a lot younger, but you know, like this is gonna date me as a youngin. But when I was a
Mass
lot
Effect
younger,
Andromeda.
Yeah, yeah. No, when I was young, I remember watching Jacksepticeye play Papers, Please.
Yep.
and that was a huge can I confess something? Not specifically that playthrough, but that game made me want to buy a PC. I loved that game so much from watching him play it and thought like, man, that's going to be so fun if I can ever just play that.
You know what's so funny about that though?
Huh.
Is like Papers, Please is like, what'd that come out? 2013 probably? But
yeah, somewhere around there.
It is a game that you could easily put on like a Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Like you pick the least PC game to be like, yes.
Well,
this is why I need a PC.
So that's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
So initially though, before it was Papers, Please, the other game that made me want to get a PC, honestly,
Tetris.
Yeah, Monopoly. No, before Papers, Please, it was Skyrim because I had seen about like modding and stuff, and like I was always interested in that. But yeah, believe it or not, Papers, Please was the one that like really made my mind up where I was like, I gotta get a PC.
And it's a good thing that you got a PC for Skyrim because you could never find that game on a console ever again.
I know. Yeah. I so badly wish that I could play it on my Alexa. Oh wait.
Yeah. For me, the Let's Play that sticks out in my brain, I think it'll always be Heavy Rain.
Interesting.
Because I didn't own a PlayStation 3. I wasn't going to own a PlayStation 3. All my friends were on the Xbox at the time. And I heard that this game was kind of like L.A. Noire, which is probably, honestly, the real answer for like the first game that was like a huge Let's Play for me to watch before I ended up buying it and playing it anyway. But Heavy Rain, it was on PlayStation. I was never gonna own a PlayStation, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this game online. And I think I've honestly mentioned this guy on the show before, but guy by the name of Seamus, who's online, or his YouTube channel is SSOHPKC. And yeah, just that game's so perfect for like a watch through, because it's not very good to play, if we're being honest. Because I have since tried, but like the story beats are actually pretty interesting when you watch them, and having someone play it and have a kind of ability to make jokes over it, just a really fun way to experience Heavy Rain.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned it's not fun to play, because I remember
not fun.
That was a game that like I always heard about, especially because I owned a PlayStation. I felt like I heard it everywhere. Like, oh, you got to play Heavy Rain. Not even people telling me, but like I just feel like I saw so much about it online and through the webs and such. But that was a game that when I tried to play it, I got through like the first 10 minutes. That whole intro where you're just getting ready for your kid's birthday party, and then, man, I couldn't get past that. I remember like I'd go outside and I'd whoop the kids with the sword, because you can do that little sword fighting mini game. Yeah. And then after that, I was like, all right, that's the most fun I'm gonna get out of this.
Really good story beats. If you haven't seen if you haven't watched a Heavy Rain Let's Play, I highly recommend it, because the story is pretty good. I will say that, at least interesting.
Yeah, I think that's my next move of that game, is to finally try watching somebody play it, because getting through it on my own is not happening.
I'm going to send you the exact playthrough I watched after the episode. So
nice.
I expect a book report.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, to peel the curtain back.
Peel it.
We had some real audio issues to start the day.
We did.
But more importantly, it had nothing to do with your new microphone.
Oh, Greg, I'm so glad you brought this up.
Yes.
Let me just first say, we are absolutely sponsored.
Naturally.
I got this beautiful new Rode pod mic, and let me tell you, I just wanted to change from my normal mic. I also wanted a second mic, so I could so if I ever wanted to do some recording with another person in my house, they wouldn't have to have their own mic. So I got this fancy Rode pod mic. It's at the low price point of $99. It's magnificent. I gotta tell you what, it's built solidly. I have no fear of it smashing in any way when I drop it or when I throw it, which I do a lot.
Love throwing microphones. That's one thing I know about you.
Throwing the microphones. My cat's here. Can we get the cat on the mic?
Meow.
That was there she is. You heard it here first. But yeah, no, this is a very beautiful mic. I would love to try other Rode mics. Wink, wink, Rode. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But Greg, Greg needs a Rode mic.
Yeah,
so
my way.
Wink, wink.
Well, no, it's good because you got your new microphone in the mail today. I think you might have taken all of the manpower of the United States Postal Office, because I was supposed to get a package in the mail today as well, but it didn't show up.
Yeah, well, I'm they were sending it to me.
Yeah. So if you got a pair of my underwear at your house, then
I'm wearing them now.
Damn it.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? I was actually really afraid, or wrong words, but I didn't think that my mic would be here for this episode, because I came home around noonish and I had a package. I was like, oh man, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. It was not it. The package was, I bought a second desk stand for my mic so I could have two stands.
Right.
It was the
mics.
stand. Yeah. And it was just the stand.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, oh shit, there we go. I'm using my old mic for this episode.
Right. Once you get one package, you're not expecting there to ever be a second delivery.
No, definitely not.
Even though there are different companies and whatnot, but
you can only have so much luck,
Yeah. Well, you know what? That brings up an interesting thing that I've noticed since moving to a slightly more populated area.
Yeah.
That is, I've noticed that there are days where there's the guy that comes on foot. I'm sure he has a car that he parks somewhere, but he walks the street with the mail. And then a lot of times, if there are bigger packages, a second guy comes with a truck. So they got the walking guy and the truck package guy, which is too much infrastructure.
It would be really funny though if they had two walking guys for big packages, so they just carry them down the street.
But they have to go one at a time.
Yeah.
It's really inconvenient if two people on the same street have a package.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
It can't.
Nope.
Gets slotted into the next day.
Yeah. Now, before we move on, I just want to point out one more playthrough that I can think of that defined my young days of watching YouTube and stuff. And I won't talk too much about it because we have already talked about this one. But the Rad Brad playing The Walking Dead.
That's a guy right there. That's a guy. That's a legend, God. Some would say.
Okay, sorry. My cat just tried to hang herself with my mic cable.
Jesus.
Yeah, she just wrapped it around her head. What are you doing?
Well, doesn't like Rad Brad.
Is
I think what we can surmise from that.
Hates Rad Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that playthrough was a beautiful playthrough.
I don't think I ever watched that one specifically. I'd always go because it always seemed like Rad Brad get the early access to games. So a day or two before the game would come out, he'd start putting out the early episodes, and he'd always get me on those because I'd want to get eyes on a game before it came out to see if I want to buy it up.
Oh, absolutely. Good talk.
Nice.
Hang on, I was in the middle of pulling up my notes, but my cat is just being a bingus.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, I like the idea that you had all paper notes today and she just flung them everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So, real quick on the topic of games, I know you've just been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, correct?
I rolled credits today.
Yes, that's right.
It's a game. They made a video game.
It is a game, and so here's the thing. I don't want to take back anything I said in the last episode. I'm still a firm believer that I wanted things that the game didn't give me. But once again, that's just me and my preference and stuff. But I have been seeing a lot of things about people talking about how you're over there playing Breath of the Wild too. but I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom. And like they're jokes and stuff, but they're also super true in my case. Like I am still treating the game as Breath of the Wild and not Tears of the Kingdom. And I think that's a big thing that's stopping me from getting into it right now.
Yeah, so I don't want to go into it too much because like I don't want this to just be Tears of the Kingdom Part 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say that like I beat the game today. I think I probably do fall into that camp somewhat of still playing it very much like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But I'm also excited to have beat the main story. I'm gonna put it down for a little while. A couple, maybe a month or two from now, whenever I'm feeling it again, I'm gonna pick it back up from a fresh point of view and just go off, do some side stuff do some just building for the sake of building, and just really start to have fun with that game, because I think there's still obviously numerous hours of content there that I can really run with and try to exploit the building system and whatnot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In my time not playing Tears of the Kingdom, I've just last night actually, I just started playing Middle-earth: Shadow of War again.
I can never get into either of those games.
Yeah, I had a hard time with Shadows of Mordor. It felt okay, but I don't know. I didn't care much for the story and stuff, and like it just felt like a slow-moving game. But I'm giving Shadows of War a try again because I don't know. I recently I saw something about the Nemesis system, and like that is a really fun gameplay mechanic.
So cool, and I wish like they hadn't copyrighted it so no one could use it, and then never did anything with it.
Oh, did they really do that?
That is exactly what happened.
Holy shit! I never even knew that.
They got the really good idea of the Nemesis system, and somehow managed to copyright a gameplay mechanic, and then they never did anything with it after the Shadow of War or Middle-earth games, rather.
Wow, that is wild.
And it's super annoying because that system's so freaking cool and could do so many cool things, and they just put a vice grip on it.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, I really like the Nemesis system, and so yeah, I wanted to give that another shot. So maybe a future episode of Pint and Click, I'll bring that up if I can stay into it. Mm-hmm. I do want to mention I started to play because they announced Spider-Man 2 a while ago, and then they recently got or they showed a gameplay clip or something, or a trailer or whatever. And it looked really good, and I thought, I should probably try to beat Spider-Man Miles Morales to get ready for Spider-Man 2, because that's a game I absolutely want to play. I can't get through Spider-Man Miles Morales. I've tried countless times now, and like one of the issues I think I'm running into is that like I just don't know this character. And because I'm not super into like the new Spider-Man stuff, like I honestly I know such little about this character that a lot of the things in the game are just kind of lost on me. And
yeah, that series in general I can't get into, those Insomniac Spider-Man games.
I enjoyed the first one a lot. I beat the first one, and I liked it. I couldn't finish the DLCs. It just felt like too much of the same thing. And that's another issue of the Miles Morales game is like, I know new Spider-Man and stuff, but like, man, I don't expect them to change the map because New York is New York, right? But like everything else just feels very similar and like kind of, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of tapped out of the Insomniac Spider-Man series. It
breaks
for now.
My heart because I loved it's a game I've talked about a couple times. Sunset Overdrive was Xbox One title, launch title by Insomniac. Right before they got, I think they got scooped up by Sony after that. Scooped them. But Sunset Overdrive is very similar in that it's like this wild, free-runny kind of game. And it was so much fun. Zombie apocalypse, but like not too cliche, over the top. It was a great game. It really makes me sad that Insomniac's other works I can't get into as much.
Yeah, they did something else aside from those games, didn't they? I'm trying to think. I feel like there was one more title by Insomniac that I don't know if I played it or if I saw it. Man, I really can't think of what it is.
It was actually Skyrim.
What?
No, I'm kidding. That was Bethesda, Caleb.
Yeah.
They've done a lot. They've done a lot of the Ratchet and Clank games. But the newer Ratchet, it looks like all the Ratchet and Clank games are Insomniac. Spyro is Insomniac. Resistance.
I definitely tried to get into Spyro and absolutely couldn't.
Sorry. Rift Apart is a game that made me almost want a PlayStation 5 for a minute.
Interesting.
I don't know why. That game just looked really good when it came out.
Huh.
But I ain't no Sony crony, Caleb.
Whoa. Throwing out the harsh terms. We got to put an apology at the end of this video.
Yeah. The views expressed by Greg don't necessarily reflect the views of the Pint and Click podcast. Now, beating Tears of the Kingdom has really left me. I guess we're just going to keep on Game Talk because...
Sure.
Which is not gaming TikTok. That's not what Game Talk is in this situation.
Nope, not here. Move it along, folks.
I'm on Water Talk. Do you know about Water Talk, Caleb?
No.
Save yourself. Don't look it up.
Okay.
I've been looking in the short period of time since I beat Tears of the Kingdom, and I think I want a smaller game right now. That game's so massive, so expansive. I probably put a shameful amount of hours into it in the past week. I want a quick hit. I want a quick game, small game that doesn't feel too overwhelming. So I don't know what that game's going to end up being, but that's really what I'm looking for. It's what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I have no recommendations for a small game. I don't play a ton of small games. I like to be immersed. I like a sprawling game with different things and such.
So one thing I'm thinking of as being a small game, would be Hades, for example. Is probably a small game I really liked.
Yeah.
I looked at Dredge. That I think you played that, right, Caleb? Dredge.
Oh man, is that the boat one?
The boat one.
Okay, I have it. I haven't played it yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I started it, and then as I started it, I had to go do something else, and then I just haven't played it since.
Yeah, I looked at it. Didn't super catch me. I don't think that's going to be the one.
Well, we're not a couple of bass nabbers, you know?
I'm a nass babber.
Wow. Another apology has to be made.
So I'm looking through my backlog of what I want to play, and there are just about 3 games that I think fit the mold for what I want to do.
Nice.
I think it's either gonna be the first Metal Gear Solid, because it may not be typically small, but it's very linear, so I think that kind of will keep it from feeling too big at any one point. And it's only like an 11-hour game, so...
Yep.
Dishonored, the original, which again, not necessarily small, but that might have too much variables, too many variables, I think. You can do things so many different ways.
Yeah.
Maybe one that may not be right for right now. The other game I'm thinking about is Psychonauts 2. I kind of fell off of it back when it first came out, and I've been itching to maybe try it again. That might be one that grabs me, but those are the only 3 games that I'm really feeling right now. Might be the follow up to my Tears of the Kingdom run.
Yeah. All 3 of those sound like pretty good ideas. Dishonored definitely has a lot of different ways to do things. But I think the first Metal Gear and stuff is pretty cut and dry. I
don't know if I'll be able to get into it and stay into it because of controls and just being so old.
Age,
but I also, if I start it and can't stay with it, at least I can say I have tried Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. Greg hates old people.
I hate Hideo Kojima.
Oh no, the sweet supple boy.
No, I can't. You can't hate him.
No, you can't. He put a baby in a backpack and then strapped it on Norman Reedus.
He did do all of those things.
He did all of those things.
Should he have? No.
Well,
He did.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, he did it. He did do it.
I've got a shameful confession real quick, Caleb.
Yeah.
I got beat in mini golf this weekend.
Did you really?
I got beat.
You're not my son anymore.
Disowned for mini golf. Yeah, we went out. We went to. Did you know there's 2 mini golf courses down this way? I didn't know that.
Yes, I think.
So we went to one of them. So I'm claiming that I'm still gonna beat her at Roy's.
Nice.
So,
that's Maddie's favorite place.
Maybe we should go. We should go soon.
Yeah.
Because I want to beat all of you.
I'm in. Last time we played mini golf, I sent my ball flying.
Caleb, we were on the little ball collection hole-in-one mini game there at the end, and you missed completely.
So there's a cage that goes over it to make sure that your ball doesn't go flying, right? Because it's like a big ramp, and so you hit the ball up the ramp, and then it goes down a hole, and then that's it. They collect your ball somewhere else. But yeah, there's like a little cage that goes over the ramp. I hit my ball, and initially, though, lining up my shot, I thought, it's a ramp, I gotta give it some power. So I hit my ball, and it went above the cage, and it used the cage as a ramp. Shot up, went over this big hill where this family with 2 small children was walking back to their car.
2 small children now with 3 eyes between them.
Yeah. No, the mom of the family was cool, though, and she grabbed the ball and tossed it right back to me. Yeah. Didn't even care.
Nope.
I could have hit one of her kids. Probably would have loved it.
You did hit one of them.
I don't think that happened.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah. A scream.
Yeah. So one of the obstacles at this course we went to...
Is it a windmill?
It was not a windmill. Windmill's
great.
It's a classic. No, this one didn't have a windmill.
Oh, that's not real mini golf.
This obstacle was you could go down the regular path, but the shortcut.
Oh, did you hear that? That was a per cam right there, or per mic.
Per mic.
Per mic. Yeah, my cat just got right up into my mic.
What a friendly
what a friendly
fur.
Well, continue.
So the obstacle that I want to point out from this that I thought was quite cool was they had a little running water section, little rocky, watery goodness, and so you could either take the regular path or you can hit it into the water. And it will roll down the dribbling water and into a set of grates and then roll back onto the course. I thought that was a good obstacle. That's now in my top 5 favorite mini golf obstacles.
Yeah, that sounds like a great little obstacle.
You got any good mini golf obstacles?
Oh man,
you already wasted it. You already wasted windmill.
I know. I did say windmill already.
Yeah. You like the clown?
Wait, you mean the clown that I took my last shot on? I do very much enjoy that clown, actually, yes.
I meant the clown that always watching.
The clown always... What are you talking about?
Sorry, I
was writing this? What is the hellscape you put me in?
I was trying to make a little Stephen King novel there for a mini golf.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, the clown.
The clown.
He's always there, always present, all-knowing, all-seeing. The clown.
Oh my gosh! I shouldn't have mentioned the clown.
Greg. He's in my house.
Okay, but I've got a picture.
Clown on the stairs. Clown on the stairs.
I've got a picture of what I was picturing in my head, so I don't feel like a complete maniac for just saying the clown. Oh, he's on the stairs. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sending you the picture. If you're listening to the podcast, I don't know, just look up the clown mini golf.
The clown mini golf. Look up the clown.
The clown.
Just turn around. Look behind you. He's there. I promise. Oh my God, that's awful. That's an awful clown. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like that. Isn't there one of those in Happy Gilmore? Then he smashes it with a stick.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh, the clown.
God, the clown. Yeah, not at all. I thought you were just talking about like a man in a suit just watching you golf.
Well, when you didn't know what I was talking about, that is what I defaulted to.
Yeah. Oh, the clown. Behind the trees? Jeez. Yeah. Well, no, the clown is not my favorite obstacle in mini golf. You know what's funny? We did mini golf somewhat recently when I took that shot.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single. Well, I guess that wasn't somewhat. That was before winter. That was last
summer.
year.
That was about a year, almost a year ago.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it
No.
though. Yeah, I can't remember a single obstacle on that course.
Means we need to go back.
I will say though, favorite obstacle and just mini golf in general, windmills. They're classic. I love them.
You know one that I like from the course over that way?
Huh.
Is they have the like 18-wheeler box.
Yeah.
Where you shoot it into it, and then it falls out a specific hole depending on where it goes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. And if you look in the driver's seat, there's the clown.
You beat me to a callback there. I was waiting. I was just like waiting with bated breath to be able to slide a callback into the clown.
I like the castle where if you look in just one window, there's the clown. Always watching. Oh, man. Greg, can we go to a mini golf course and just dress up as clowns and just be the clowns in the woods?
Do you remember, like, it was a while back now, but, like, when there was,
the clown craze?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That was terrifying,
That
honestly.
was a weird time.
Well, because it also happened when I was a bit younger, so I always thought, like, man, if I see one, I'm just killing myself. I'm out. I'm gone. There is no way I can mentally deal with that. I was a younger child, and yeah, I remember that shit. That was wild.
We need a documentary on the clowns.
We really do. We need a documentary on a lot of the weird like fads that popped up.
Yeah.
Or crazes. Yeah. There are some nuts ones.
Well, I'll start working on the clown documentary.
You work on the clown, yeah.
Wow.
We'll go to the next meeting of the clowns.
The Juggalos.
Well,
oh,
I don't think we'd be invited to that. Don't you need the little Axeman tattoo?
Caleb, with that attitude, we'll never be invited.
You're right.
A tattoo is temporary.
Well,
being a juggalo is forever.
That is true. That is what they say. Yeah, I don't think I could name a single song by the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, Caleb.
Do you know their music?
Caleb, the Clown Posse?
Yeah.
You know I'm down with that.
What's a song by them?
We are the clowns. We are the children.
Edgar goes clowning.
Of course, there is it.
There you go. All right. Well, anyways, yeah. You know, speaking of music here, while we're on our little freeform, little schmodcast here, just talking about the things. I am going to see Victor Wooten
Nice.
later in life, a couple months from now. I'm pretty excited for that.
I like you referring to it as later in life.
Later, in another age, I will be going to see Victor Wooten. Greg, we both saw him already.
Yes, that was a fun show
with Corey Wong.
That drummer was left-handed. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't. That's interesting.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out because I just saw I was like, wait a second, his ride cymbal's above his hi-hat, and then I figured out no, it's flipped because he plays with his left hand as his driving hand.
That's nuts. I was more distracted by the fact that he was a clown, but yeah, it was a good show. Greg, on the topic of music, do a little plug here. Talk about your music, Greg.
Oh, Caleb, there's some developments. First of all, if you want to listen to any of my first 3 EPs,
you can't.
You can't.
No.
They're mine.
I don't share.
No, Super Tonic on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen. But that might soon be changing. I'm looking for a different name because it just ain't hitting like it used to.
And I just want to throw this out there as as somebody on this podcast, I just want to say it's pretty good music. You should check them out. It's some good jams. I believe there is a song that was inspired by a Jackbox Party Pack. Check out that song. It'll
Find it.
It'll blow your mind. I don't. I'm such a good friend that I don't remember the name of it, but you check it out.
Well, you know what's funny is it's my music and I don't remember the name of it.
There you go. Oh, is that the wait. Is it nothing good happens after 3 or 4 p.m.? Was that it? A.m. 3 a.m.
Yeah, that is one of them.
Okay.
That is one of them.
Oh, that's a different one. Though.
If you want
a different one,
check out Supertonic 3. It's Roman numerals. That's the latest one, 2021. But also, so I'm working on name change. We'll come back to that. The exciting thing is, hopefully, I'm setting a goal for myself as we're about to start the month of June, is I want to have a new EP ready to drop by the end of June. So that's 5 songs, start to finish, by the month of June. It's a lofty goal, especially for someone who hasn't been writing music lately, but we're gonna make it happen.
Nice.
So
check out that music, friendo.
Now, Caleb, I've got some names here.
Okay.
I don't think any of these are gonna be the final. Maybe not.
Okay.
But I want to throw them your way.
Sure. Before you do that, though, can I send you a picture of what I was picturing when you were talking about the clown?
I would. I don't think I'd love that, but yes.
I'll wait till you see it. Go ahead, take a look at that.
Oh, the clown box.
Yeah, for anybody that wants to know what I sent, look up MBMBAM, my brother, and me, clown box.
Classic.
It is just beautiful.
That was such a. I mean, all of those were such good episodes.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Very fun little quick show.
Oh yeah. Now, so give me some names here, Greg, and I'll tell you if I like them or not.
So I'm going to tell you the thing I like about Supertonic.
Okay.
Is the one word could be either a single person releasing or a group using the name, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I like about
the Gorillas.
Exactly. Or Wolfpack even though they are a whole group.
Or Gorilla singular.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, all right. Again, I don't like any of these names, but I'm just going to I don't like most of these names, but I'm going to throw them out there.
All right.
The first one I came up with was Oxbow.
Not a huge fan.
No, it's not good.
Well, hey, whoa. Don't you hurt your pride like that, Greg.
No, it's not good.
Oh, okay.
Mendoza line is a baseball term that I have written down here, as well as ephus. Caleb, you know
I don't know what a beefus is, but
no. No B.
I like that.
No B. No B, just E's.
Did you hear the new album by Beefus?
I actually have to leave now. My pride has been hurt. No.
I think you found it. Ephus sounds pretty cool. What's that?
So it's in baseball. It's a really slow pitch.
Gotcha.
Here's one I like. Nope.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Yeah.
Here's one I like. Porch lions. I drove past some people with their little ceramic boys.
I don't know why, man. It kind of sounds like a slur to me. I just feel like
damn it.
Like I just feel like it sounds kind of aggressive. Like, call them a porch lion if you want, but man, they're trying,
Now, Caleb, here's the one that you wrote for me that you wrote a different version of it, and I've shortened it to this. And I just think it would be really funny more than anything else.
Yeah.
If my band was called, or my music was released under the name of Greg with the Weather.
I like it. I do like it.
I think that'd be very funny.
It is pretty funny, and every album you could have like yourself in a suit or something, and you could be green screened and
like
pointing to some weather stuff.
This album is stormy. This weather is.
Oh my God, Greg, you're on to something there.
This weather is cloudy.
And you could do you could do like Cooking with Greg for one of them, and the album could be called like Beefus.
I'm gonna disconnect now.
Yeah,
I'm not disconnecting my microphone or anything. I am disconnecting socially from you as a human being.
Yeah, understandable. I like that one though.
Yeah. We're still in the exploratory phase.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't really love the Supertonic name when I first chose it, but it was the best thing I had, and I wanted to. I was getting ready to finally actually release some music, so I kind of had to run with something.
Yeah, I get that. I don't hate the name too, though. I thought it was pretty good.
I've gotten that from multiple people, and I appreciate everyone heaping praise on me. More of that.
Greg, wait, I have the answer to your problem right here. What's your band name? Greg, use your first initial to find your first name. Okay, hang on. Let me find it for you.
For those of you at home.
Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Use your middle initial. Okay.
All right. Do you know what that is?
I do,
okay,
actually.
Good.
Yep.
Just want to make sure. It's a D.
Yep.
I'm not afraid to put that on the internet.
Use your last initial. There it is. Okay, so Greg,
right.
your band name is bad. It is just bad. You are M. You are M. Crimson UK. That's not a good one.
It speaks to me though.
Crimson UK is something at least, but the M behind it it's why? What is that for?
Have we considered that it might be Crimson? Look.
Yeah.
I think we're not going to rule that out.
If you had an X though, you would be Professor Crimson UK.
Now hold on, I'm doing a little work on it over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna okay. Yep. Here we go. I've got it.
Yep.
I've reworked it a little bit. What about MC Rimsanuk?
Ooh, no. No, I don't think so.
How about MC Rhyme Son?
No.
Fuck.
Nope, I don't think that one either. Greg, oh man, I'm a bad friend, first off. Greg, what day is your birthday? I want to say it's the 5th.
Second.
The 2nd. Oh, sweet Jesus, I was close. I was real close. Greg, your new band name is Crystal Unicorns.
I think it is, yeah.
Yep,
that feels right. That speaks to me. That
All
speaks
right.
to me even more than M Crimson UK.
That's the end of the episode right there.
It's Crystal Unicorns.
Yeah. Or what about Nope. Nope. That is not a good one.
No. Lay it on me, Caleb.
Okay, so first letter of your first name, you have Soul.
Ooh.
And then first letter of your last name. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, actually, hang on a second. What the fuck? Greg, Soul Crown?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Caleb, now you're
beautiful.
talking.
That's a beautiful name. Oh, my. Wow.
Caleb, Soul Crown's new EP coming out.
That's a good one. Or you could be Juicy Pride.
No, like that less.
Juicy. Yeah, it gets weird, man. I like Silly Feels.
Pardon me?
If your name started with a Z, it would be Silly, and then K. If your last name was K, it would be Feels.
Caleb, I like that you've gone from using my initials to just any initials.
Well, dude, I just got those silly feels, you know?
Yeah, please let me know if it was ZZ, what would it be?
Silly Flame.
Nice.
Nice.
I like that.
I don't like some of these.
Now,
These get bad, though.
Lay CB on me.
CB. Oh, you're doing me. Okay.
Don't say it like that.
Destiny Paradise.
Oh my. That's beautiful.
Greg, can I interest you in J.O.?
Nope, you may not.
That one's funny for so many reasons. The name for it is Nerd Purse.
Oh, man.
What are we doing here,
That's
Greg?
a great question, Caleb.
Oh, man. You can have, what? So let's say you're WD, Frosty Ladybug.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, it was nice while it lasted.
Yeah. Well, Caleb, you got anything else you want to discuss today?
My mental health is rapidly declining. Oh my god.
What was the origin of that?
I want to say it was like a Vine back in the day.
Like
there was
that.
some Vine where it was yeah. It's a good bit. Just throw that into your conversations randomly. No, you know what? I think we actually covered everything. I literally wrote down movies and shows. I wrote down games that we've been playing / games we're looking forward to. Oh, wait. How about a final question to end on?
Okay, but can I slide one more thing in, then we'll end on the final question?
Oh, yeah,
I
absolutely.
think that's a good ending note.
Yeah.
Caleb, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up that HBO Max is now just Max.
Yes, I do know that.
They've made the change officially.
Yep. Not fun. I
Max.
had to re-sign in on all of my stuff, and I had to get new apps and stuff.
Yeah, Max, Caleb. I think we should give it a last name as well. If we're going to go with a human-like name, I think it needs like Max
Tibbets.
Max Tibbets.
Max Tibbets.
Max.
There we go.
Yeah. I think we should also all streaming services should just have a human name.
Greg, I just found it right here. They have a last name. That's why you're changing your band name. It's Max Supertonic. Craig, you thief.
You've caught me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to lament the change because it's just not a good change.
No, it's definitely not. So let me ask you this final question and tell you this real quick statement too.
Wait.
I don't know why we were just talking about stuff. I think it was just from looking at the band names. They had a lot of funny looking names in there. And it reminded me of Orats on a Stick from Space Quest 3. It's just a little Orat on a stick. You know? Look that up at home. You'll appreciate it. Actually, look up Fester Blatz. I think Blatz is his last name. Greg, let me send you a little picture of Fester Blatz. If that is his right name. I'm gonna type this in.
What is happening?
And if I get arrested, then what are you gonna do? Yeah, okay, I was right. Fester Blatz. Oh my god, I love him. Greg, here's a picture of Fester Blatz.
I've looked him up on my own.
You found him on your own. Beautiful. People at home, look up Fester Blatz.
Look at him. He's a blue man.
He is.
Not a member of the group.
Nope. No. His own group. He loves Orats on a Stick, you know? Anyway, so Greg, the last question I want to ask you here, before we end this episode, are there any games, not necessarily to talk about right now or anything, but are there any games that you can think of that you don't think you would ever bring to an episode, but you think it would be fun to talk about?
Fun games to talk about that I wouldn't bring to an episode. Nothing immediately comes to mind. I don't know if I've told you this. I have a list of games that I plan to bring.
Yeah.
For the podcast at some point when I have down weeks or whatnot. That there are some games I'm pretty excited to talk about.
Yeah. For me, it's mostly small stuff like oh man, I can't think what it's called. The hike game where you play as a penguin. Or a bird. Probably a bird.
A short hike?
A short hike.
Yeah, that game's so good.
Like, that's one that, it's super cool game. I don't think I'd ever talk about it on an episode. I don't feel like there's enough in the game to talk about. But yeah, things like that come to mind. I just didn't know if you had any cool ones, little cool gems.
No. A Short Hike is a great game, Caleb. It's a great one that I'm glad you brought it to the table. It's constantly on sale for dirt cheap. It's like 4 hours at most.
You're a little bird.
A little meditative type, little run up a hill game. Oh,
yeah.
It's a great game.
And then you fly off the hill.
Then you fly off it, and it's so satisfying.
It is very satisfying, yeah.
What a good game.
Well, I think with that, we have left our audience satisfied.
Satiated.
Yeah. As always, if you got complaints, suggestions, things we can change, send that to Greg's P.O. Box.
Which is 751 P.O. Box. I did it out of order, so they think they know that I don't actually have a P.O. Box.
Shit. Nice.
Bad comedy.
Guys, it's 873 at pobox.gmail.com. He gets all his mail that way. Packages too.
Yeah. Digitally.
Yeah. And with that, hey, well, why not share this with a friend? Tell him about Pint and Click's new revolutionary idea of just talking during a podcast. Share that.
Yeah, we're the first people to just talk.
We're the first people to not have a structure. Unbelievable, I know. But share that with a friend. Share all of this with a friend. Tell him that we're doing something here.
Yeah. We hopefully everyone likes this because I want to do I want the Pint and Click morning show very badly.
Me too. And it can only happen through your tax dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you pay your taxes.
Tax-funded private podcast is my favorite.
Yeah.
Get rich quick scheme.
Yeah, and Road, if you happen to listen to this mic is fantastic.
I need one.
You need a Rode mic, and I don't think there's anybody better to give you one than the company themselves. So, hey, hook us up.
Sponsor us. We will completely sell out for you and not even say we're sponsored and shill your products.
Oh, are you talking about the Pint and Road podcast? Yeah, that's us.
We just act like we never changed it. It was just always that.
Yeah. Yeah, we would. This is what we'll do. So give us free shit. Yeah.
Huh?
So I think we've done some good here today, Greg.
Yes. Everyone, thanks for listening to the open house.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for considering buying my open house.
We'll be back with games next week.
We will indeed.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.